Franklin Graham, if you're not familiar with him, he is the son of Ruth and Billy Graham. And in reading about their family, I noticed they had some very peculiar parenting practices. When Franklin was a boy, he had all older sisters. And he said that a good day for him was to have all of them screaming at once in anger at him, and especially if they were taking any kind of car trip. Well, this one trip that they took from their home to Asheville, North Carolina, which was some distance, but they were going there to eat at a drive-in, like a Sonic. On the trip, he had all of his sisters angry at him, and he was safely out of reach of Ruth Graham, his mother's backhand, so he was just having the best day of his life, he thought. Well, his mother said, "Franklin, if you do not stop bothering your sisters, I'm going to stop the car and put you in the trunk." Well, he got to thinking about that. He said, "There's such a thrill in teasing them, and the remote chance my mom's going to put me in the trunk." So he just persisted and kept doing it and kept doing it. Finally, his mom said, "That's enough." She pulled the car over to the side, and he said before he knew it, he was whipped out of the back seat, and the trunk was open, the trunk was shut, and he was inside of it. And his mother said on the outside of the trunk, "Can you breathe in there, Franklin?" And he said, "Yes, ma'am, I can." And he thought this is going to be a great new adventure. And she said, "Good." And he heard her walk to the front, the car door shut, and off they went. And he thought, surely she's not going to drive all the way to Asheville, but she did. And he was back there, and he said he was just kind of occupying himself with the car jack and the car spare tire. And they pulled up to the restaurant, to the drive-in restaurant. He heard his mom get out, came back, opened the trunk, and said, "What do you want to eat?" And he looked up at her and said, "Well, I'll take a cheeseburger and no meat and fries and a Coke." She said, "Okay." Slammed the lid back down again. And she ordered, and the waitress brought it, and the waitress watched as Ruth Graham got out, took Franklin's part of it, walked back, locked the trunk, and there's this little boy back there, gave him the food, closed it back down, and let him have his own private dining car. You know, that's not perfect parenting. But I think that does reveal for us the challenge that parenting can often present. And I'm sure David was no different. David had all different types of sons. And here's a guy that had lots of wives and had lots of sons and lots of daughters.